Hi boys and girls. Okay, today we're going to be drawing ourselves and we're going to use shapes to create our bodies and our heads and our arms and our legs. Okay, so today's our practice day. We're going to be using our whiteboards and I want you to think about the shapes that you would use to make your head. Okay, you can make your head in a circle or an oval, and an oval is just like a skinnier circle. Okay, so either one's fine. I'm going to do a circle. Okay. Now, the next shape we're going to use to make our neck is we're going to do a really small square. So a square is just a little box. I'm going to make a little box right here. Okay, you do that. So we've got a circle or an oval. If you want to make an oval, you can make this a little thinner, a little bit squished in this way. Okay. All right, now for our bodies, you could make your body with a rectangle. You could make kind of an oval, but with the straight across the bottom. If you're a girl and you want to make a dress, you could do a big triangle. This one is kind of like half circle and a half circle facing the other way. I'm going to use the rectangle because I think that's the easiest one for me. So I'm just going to put a big rectangle here to show where my body is. Okay. Now we're going to use long, skinny rectangles for our arms and legs. So starting on your shoulder, you're going to make like this rectangle, only really skinny. So come down, over, and then just go right back up, like a really skinny rectangle. Do the same thing over here. Now, do I need this corner of my rectangle? Nope, so you could erase that. You don't really need that part. If you want to erase that, you can. That's just where the rectangle overlaps the other rectangle, isn't it? Okay, now I need a rectangle here and one here to make my legs. So I'm going to do 1, 2. Okay. Okay, for our hands, the palm part of our hands, we're going to make a circle. So I want everybody to make a circle and a circle. Okay, and then for the fingers, we're going to use some really skinny little ovals. So little teeny ovals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got my thumb and my fingers. I'm going to do the same thing over here. 1 little skinny oval. 2, 3, 4, 5. Just make them as thin and as small as you can. Now we're going to move down to our feet. Okay. You could use ovals here. You could do a half circle if you want, if like your foot's facing forward. I think I'm going to do a half circle where I do like almost like a rainbow line, and then I'm going to come straight across. I'm going to do a rainbow line and come straight across. Okay. All right, for our face, we need eyes. And so for your eyes, you're either going to do 2 ovals or 2 circles. Either one's fine. So I'm just going to do a circle and another circle. And then to make it so I can see, don't forget to put the dot in the middle of your eye. That's your pupil. That's so you can see. And then our nose, we're going to use an undercurve, almost like a letter U. Undercurve for your nose and a nice big undercurve for your happy smile mouth. Okay? And then we're going to do an overcurve, which is a curved line that goes over for our eyebrows. Okay? And then for your ears, so let's see, we did undercurve, undercurve, overcurve, overcurve. Now we're going to do kind of like the letter C for an ear, and then a backwards letter C for the ear on the other side. So I made the letter C and then a backwards letter C. Now this is where we're going to personalize it to ourselves, okay? Everybody's hair is different, okay? So if your hair is kind of zigzaggy right here, you could do zigzag line. If your hair has a part and is smoothed over, you could do that. If you have curly hair, you're going to want to do curvy lines. If you have straight hair, do straight lines, okay? So if my hair is really curly, I could actually even use curly lines like this, couldn't I? I could just do curly twirly lines if my hair was really curly. Now mine isn't, so I probably better not do that. But if it was, that's what I would want to do, wouldn't I? But maybe my hair isn't like little curls, maybe it's bigger curls. I could just do this, couldn't I? And if your hair's long, make your hair long, right? Make it come down to your shoulders if it goes to your shoulders. If it doesn't, if it's short, then you're going to make it short. And boys, this is something I notice a lot of time with boys, is they will make their hair just on the top of their head, right up here. feel next to your ear. There's a little bit of hair right here by your ear. So everybody has a little bit of hair right there. So even if you have short hair, it comes down by your ear. Okay, boys? So straight line across if yours is straight. Zigzag if it's zigzaggy. Okay? All right, and mine, this doesn't look anything like mine, does it? I guess I better redo. All right, and we're practicing, so this is okay if we're practicing. Whoa, that is way too small. I'm not even going to be able to fit my dot in there, am I? I'm going to make it bigger so I can get my dot. My ears. And then Mrs. Walker's hair. My hair is kind of long, and it's kind of straight, but it's got a little bit of waviness, so I'm going to do a little bit of wiggly lines. If yours is a little wavy, just do a wiggly line. That'll make it look like it's wavy. Okay, now that was our first practice. Guess what we're going to do? I hope you said erase it. You're going to erase it, and I want you to practice again. Here we go again. What's our first shape? Circle or an oval? I'm going to do an oval this time. Whoa, that was a little bit long. I don't think I want it quite that long. And you know, my chin is a little bit smaller than the top of my head, so I might make it come in almost like an egg, right? Oh boy, I'm making a mess, aren't I? Okay. All right, got my oval. Now I need what little shape here? I hope you said a little square. Good. And then you could do a big oval. You could do a triangle. You could do a rectangle. I think I'm going to do an oval this time. I'm just going to do a big oval for my body. Okay. I guess I'll flatten it off like that though, because I got to put my legs on there too. All right. Now arms, you can do rectangles, or this time I'm going to just do this where I curve down and come around. So I'm going to come down, and then almost like I'm making a rectangle at the bottom. So I'm going to do curve down and then start to make a rectangle. All right, and then for my legs, I'm definitely going to do the same thing. I'm going to go down, over, and up, down, over, and up. 2 long, skinny rectangles for my legs. If I'm wearing a dress, girls, if you're wearing a dress, you could just go like this and draw some lines in here, and that would make it look like you have a skirt on, right? It looks kind of like a skirt. If you want to make it a skirt, maybe with a belt. Okay. And then shoes, don't forget your shoes. This time I'm going to do the ovals. Okay, but could I have done the shape I did last time? Oh, I did kind of a messy one there. I'm going to erase. I'm going to do it again. Okay. Now for our hands, remember we did a circle for the palm of our hand. So everybody put your circles in. That's this part of your hand. That's the palm part. Okay. And then we're going to do the long, skinny ovals for our fingers. So, well, not long, not really long, little skinny ovals. Make them very small, like that. I'm using just the tippity tip of my brush to make those. I mean my marker. All right, now for my eyes, this time I'm going to try to make ovals. So I'm just going to go this way. I'm going to make them more long and skinny. And then I'm going to put my pupil right in the middle so I can see where I'm going. And I'm going to do my nose and my happy smile. Now I need ears. Okay, so I've got eyes, my nose. Oh, you know what I forgot? We did undercurve, undercurve, but I forgot overcurve, overcurve for my eyebrows. Could I add eyelashes if I wanted to? Yes, I can. I'm going to put eyelashes this time. Okay, and then my hair, you guys are going to draw your hair the way your hair looks. I'm going to draw my hair the way I think my hair looks, okay? I think my hair is long and slightly wavy. Now, sometimes I wear it up, so I could have drawn it up, but I mostly like to see it down, so I'm going to do down. Now, I'm not going to color this in because my hair is not black, but I did draw some lines to show the waviness of my hair, okay? Don't color your hair in. If your hair is not black, don't color it in because it's not going to look like you, okay? Now, if you have a beautiful flower or some kind of thing on your shirt, I like to wear shirts that have pictures on them. I think I'm just going to put a big old flower here, and I'm going to write, be kind, because I have a shirt that says be kind, okay? Actually, I have one that has a rainbow on it, I think, that does that. All right, when you are completely done with that, we are going to stop right here today, and we're going to erase our boards, and these are going to go right back where we got them, And then next week, we will be using paper and Sharpie markers to draw ourselves, okay?